Turkey is even a member of NATO, that is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, but not an EU member. Why? Bulgaria, Albania, and Macedonia are also not part of the European Union because they have not reached the standard of development that these members have attained. But what do we see in West Africa with this bogus ECOWAS treaty? No country in West Africa has even reached a quarter of development the European countries achieved before coming together. Nigeria is a country that cannot even defeat their own Boko Haram, causing havoc on innocent citizens in Nigeria. Some of these Boko Haram gangs and the jihadist bandits will join those who are trooping into our country daily and unite with the criminals in Ghana to cause serious problems for us. Hello, my brother. Good afternoon and greetings to all your listeners. Well, I've been following some of your videos, and I would like to add my 2 pence ideas here. I should have spoken in Twi so that Ghanaians will understand it, because this message is impact for Ghanaians. But I would also like my West African brothers and sisters living in Ghana or outside West Africa to also understand what is going on and what I'm saying. Now, we have the ECOWAS treaty that binds West Africa together. But before I go there, let's see the European one. The Maastricht Treaty, that is the European Union treaty that paved the way for the euro currency that we have at the moment, and then created the European citizenship, was signed on the 7th February 1992. To integrate Europe, the European countries had to reach some level of development. That is good roads, transportation network, good health systems, security. And here I would like all of us to underline or note this word, security, very well, because I will come to talk about it. My message is more on security. And then the countries should also create adequate jobs for their own citizens at home. That is, it is the duty of every European country to make sure that jobs are created in one's own country, so people in that country will get jobs to do. That is, for example, Germany will make sure that jobs are created in Germany. France will make sure jobs are created in France, and so forth and so on. So that French people will get jobs in France. Germans will get jobs in Germany to do. So here, the European countries did not just wake up one day and open their borders to other European citizens, just like that. And then, even now, it's not open. Their borders are not open to all EU countries. That is, countries that are in Europe. The countries in Europe now that want to join the EU, they have to meet certain conditions before they can be part of the European Union. Some countries that are not EU members, they don't just wake up and say, oh, I want to be a member of the European Union. And then they say, okay, come. There are conditions to be met before one can be admitted, before a country can be admitted. A country like Turkey for example, has had their application rejected. Turkey is even a member of NATO, that is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, but not an EU member. Why? Because countries like Italy says Turkey forms a buffer between Europe and the Muslim world. That is, Turkey is between Europe and the Asian countries, especially the Arab world. So if Turkey is admitted, there will be an influx of Muslim fundamentalists that will pose a threat to their security. This was the line of Italy and some other countries. I think Portugal, Spain, and others. This was their argument, their line of argument. That is why Turkey has not been admitted to the European Union, even though there are a lot of Turkish living in Germany. Countries like Switzerland, Denmark, Sweden, and Norway, they are all in Europe, but does not form part of the monetary union. Bulgaria, Albania, and Macedonia are also not part of the European Union because they have not reached the standard of development that these members have attained. But what do we see in West Africa with this bogus ECOWAS treaty? No country in West Africa has even reached a quarter of development the European countries achieved before coming together. We have no good roads, no good health system, no proper jobs for the citizens of member countries in their own countries. Our security system is weak. This is the reason why I ask the listeners to actually underline the word security or note the word security. Why am I saying that? Or why am I saying this? Nigeria is a country that cannot even defeat their own Boko Haram, causing havoc on innocent citizens in Nigeria. Kidnapping of school children has become a daily occurrence in Nigeria. In Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, we have the jihadists killing people in the Sahel region. In the wake of all this insecurity in the West African sub-region, Akufo-Addo, our present president, wakes up and opens our borders without any proper security system in place to control the influx of people from these crime-torn countries coming to Ghana. The question is, who at all in his right mind will recklessly do such a thing for his country? Some of these Boko Haram gangs and the jihadist bandits will join those who are trooping into our country daily and unite with the criminals in Ghana to cause serious problems for us. This is what we should note. This is what should be our concern. We Ghanaians are sitting on a time bomb, if we don't know. And if we, the citizens, do not rise up and do something about the situation, we shall be thrown into an endless war that will wipe us from our soil. Ghanaians are sitting on a time bomb, and if we don't rise up and demand something from our government, if they don't do something, it's going to create very serious security problems for us. It's a threat that we are actually going through, or we're going to have. These people flooding to Ghana, they have destroyed their country entirely and have now turned to us to come and destroy our country also for us. It would therefore be wishful thinking to say that Ghana is a peaceful country as at now. We don't have to be even saying that anymore, because to me, the way I see things, we are sitting on a time bomb. We Ghanaians should not bury our heads in the sand with this notion. How long will this so-called peace last in Ghana when we don't have any system in place to control those who are coming in? There's no adequate system at our borders, even in Ghana itself, to control these people who are coming in daily into our country. Their background, their names, where they are coming from, fingerprints. We don't have anything to actually control them. So when we talk about these things, people label some of us as haters. The question is, who hates who? And what do we Ghanaians actually gain from hating someone that we don't know or we have never met before? There are certain platforms that I do read, certain comments from our Nigerian brothers and sisters that Ghanaians hate Nigerians. Why should a Ghanaian, or why should we hate Nigerians? Can someone actually come out to tell me what a Nigerian can do that a Ghanaian cannot do or has never done before, or vice versa? Or what a Ghanaian can do that a Nigerian cannot do or has never done before? If you go to Silicon Valley in the US, you see Nigerians and Ghanaians working together there. If you go to NASA, the NASA area, the NASA organization, that's the Aeronautic Space Administration of the US, you will see Ghanaian scientists and Nigerian scientists working hand in hand there, working together. So, what can a Nigerian do that a Ghanaian can never do or has never done before? Ghana is a third world country, and Nigeria is also a third world country. And so what is the difference between us that one should hate the other? There's no hatred anywhere. We don't hate anybody. But we Ghanaians, we have a legitimate right to question and demand answers about the character and motives of people who come into our country daily. It's for the good of our own security. Like I said in my opening statement, that we should underline the word, we should note the word. It's for the good of our own security and for those law-abiding ones who are living in our country. We say it. They also need to be protected whilst they go about their legitimate businesses in the country. Who at all would like to live in a lawless country? No one. No one would like to live in a lawless country. See, because of the breakdown of law and order in Nigeria and in the Sahel regions, that's why people are actually running to our country. And so why do we have to sit down and allow the breakdown in law and order? Where are we going to go then? Ivory Coast? We go there and then we destroy that place too. Liberia, there's no peace there. Sierra Leone, there's no peace there. They are not coming out of war. So where do we go? So people, let's actually sit down and think about some of these things. Don't be coming out to blame anybody that some people are creating hate. We don't like foreigners or strangers. We are all one, and yes, we are all one, but we have to fish out the criminal so that we can all live in peace as one people. You see, normally when you talk about crimes and that kind of thing, some of our Nigerian brothers will come to the comment section and say there are bad eggs everywhere. Yes, it's true that there are bad eggs everywhere. In Ghana, we have Ghanaians who are criminals living in Ghana. But the problem is we don't export crime into other countries. Normally, we Ghanaians, those of us who are living outside the country, outside Ghana, when we see some of our own people who are into crimes, we Ghanaians, we give up that person. We don't protect them, we don't shield them, we give them out. Some will even call the police for the Ghanaian brothers or sisters who engage in crime, so that we don't tarnish the image of our country. There is this brother, Sunny Media, who was showcasing an armed robbery incident on the Accra-Kumasi Road one time. I listened to this audio from his platform, and the brother was saying he was prepared to translate the language the guy who had the phone and was in this bus, which was attacked by armed robbers. He was prepared. Sunny was prepared to translate that language because he understands it. At the comment section, I was surprised to see someone come there and write, "Are you mumu?" That is he stupid that he will betray his fellow Nigerian? Here is a brother who is actually prepared to help fish out the bad ones. And then someone comes and say he should protect him, which is wrong. It's quite wrong. And it does not work that way. You see, someone called him mumu for trying to betray a Nigerian. You see, so should he condone in crime? No. You should not condone in crime. So here I will encourage my Nigerian brothers and sisters who are talking about these things to continue, not to be afraid, to continue to talk about them. Maybe one day they will listen and then change. But unfortunately, this is what some of our brothers, they think. They think that if the person comes from if the person is your countryman and he is engaging in crime, just keep quiet. You don't say anything. When you do that, these people will actually destroy the image of your country for you. If, for example, they say bad eggs, if you have 100 eggs in the basket and you have 80 of these eggs which are bad, then there is something fundamentally wrong with this type of eggs. And so if you have a whole lot of people engaging in crime, engage in abduction of children, engage in ritual murdering, engage in prostitution, then there is something wrong with that group of people, fundamentally wrong with that group of people. So my people, let's be very, very careful and let's rise up. This is not a matter for the security agencies in Ghana. They cannot do every work. It is we, the citizens, who should rise up and demand that the government should do something to arrest these issues. This ECOWAS protocol, this so-called ECOWAS protocol, that Akufo-Addo just stood up and opened the borders just like that, it's not helping. The whole West African region is on fire. So why should we open the borders without any proper security system in place to control people who are coming in? Even if they are refugees, like we have in Europe here, when they come, they are sent to centers. They are sent to camps, not concentration camps, sorry, to use that word. They are sent to asylum camps. They are given health. Their fingerprints are taken. and their statements are also taken. They are kept in those camps. They are not just released onto the streets to be begging, to go and look for work. There is no lucrative work in Ghana. And so the person comes there, he has nothing to do. He goes to the street to beg. In the evening, he has nowhere to sleep. So what can he do? He goes to see some of his or her country people, and you see them 10, 12, 15, 16 people in one room, which is not even hygienic. It is not good for those of our brothers who are coming in. It's not good for them, and it is not good for we the Ghanaians who are living in Ghana. So we should be talking about these things, and we should find a way to let our government know what is happening so that they should sit up. Akufo-Addo doesn't care about us. This man actually does not care about what is happening in Ghana. So it is we the citizens who should rise up and defend our country. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye.
Please do well to subscribe, like and comment down below.